Hello and welcome to my guide in how to use TSM to set up accurate prices for when you're turning your Shalderai Silk into Arkhana and Leylight for the Enchanting Shuffle. Now, big shout out to Gumdrops here for showing me how to do this. There's a few things that before you get set up I'd like to show you. Is basically, if you look here in the purchased row, you can see the middle number is 5 gold 51, which is basically the average price of all the silk I've ever bought, and it comes in at 5 gold 51. Now there's a feature in TSM that you need to turn on, and that's found in the options under accounting, under module options. You turn on smart average for purchase price. Now this makes sure that the average number it picks is actually from what you've got in your bank or your bags rather than what you've historically bought over time. So that's one thing you want to make sure you've turned on. The other thing is under your tooltip options under crafting is turn on show material cost. So with those two things ticked, now when we hover over the silk, you can see my smart average price is 4 gold 71 and 57 copper. So that's basically the price of all these silk that I've bought. And you can see at the bottom there I've got a material cost of 7 gold 50. Now that's obviously higher than my purchase price. One of the next things you need to do is go into TSM and under crafting, under your materials, change your silk, Shalderai silk here. Instead of being the default values, change this to the average buy price. Average buy, like that. So now my silk average buy price is the same. I go here, you can see the material cost is 4 gold 71, which is the same as my purchase smart average price of 4 gold 71, which basically tells me that all this silk has an average price of 4 gold 71. Now normally in the past what I'd do is I'd round that number up to like 5 gold and I'd put that into a spreadsheet. So if I go to my spreadsheet here, normally I'd put in the price of my silk here and I'd say like 5 gold is my average price. And then using the sum of this times 9 gives me the price of Leylight, which is 45 gold. And then Arkhana is a third of that because you divide that by 3 because you get 3 Arkhana from 1 Leylight. And then what I would normally do was go into TSM, under crafting, under materials, and then I would manually set the price of Arkhana and Leylight to like 15 gold. Now, if I reset that to default, and what we're going to do here is rather than use my spreadsheet, Gumdrop showed me this really cool way is where you can actually tell TSM to use the average buy price of your silk. Now what you need is the item ID number of your silk, and you can find this by going to a site like the Undermine Journal or Wowhead, and let's find Undermine Journal here. So I've already got silk up here, I've already selected it, and you can see at the top in the address bar the item number is at the top, 124437. So that, remember that number, and we're going to put this into this price for Arkhana. So we're going to use the average by brackets I for item number colon and then the item number, which is 124437, and then we're going to, now my calculation in my spreadsheet would be to times that by 9 and then divide it by 3. So times it by 9 to get the Leylight price and then divide it by 3. But that's the same thing in math speak as saying times it by 3. So now what we can do is we click OK, and you'll see down here the Arkhana price accurately reflects the average price of our silk. So it's now 14 gold and 14 silver rather than rounded up to 15. So this gives us a dynamic and accurate representation of how we're getting Arkhana from silk. And we do the same thing for Leylight. I think I might have already done it for this demonstration. I'll do it again though. So we go to Leylight Shard. I know I haven't done it here, so let's just reset that. So that was the default. And normally I'll type it in manually and go 45 gold. But in this case, I'm actually going to go average buy price, item number, 124437. I can remember it now, times 9, and click OK. There we go. And now the Leylight price is 42 gold, which is slightly under our 45 gold, which is because all the smart average for silk is slightly under 5 gold. And obviously the more silk you buy more expensive, that will go up, and the less silk you buy that's cheaper, then that will go down. So that's a really good way of keeping an accurate weight. Now obviously this only works if the only way you're getting Leylight and Arkhana is through using the rank 3 braces. You can do the same with the leatherworking. I think it's stonehide leather, but depending on which ones you have for your character, you can work it out. So big thanks to Gumdrops for showing me how to do this and giving me much more accurate profit margins when I go into my enchants and have a look. And if I queue up something like this, you can see the Arkhana price there is 1447, and if I were to hover over my Leylight, you can see there the mat cost is 42 and the Arkhana mat cost is 1414, and then the Chaos Crystal is my smart average buy price of 179. So there we go. I hope you found that useful, and until next time, happy enchanting.